Katie from Without a Crystal Ball. Welcome back to my channel. All right, so it's Tuesday and we're gonna talk again about the Duggars. This is the fourth video of the day. I have been so behind on putting out content this past few weeks, so I just wanted to get chugged out like all the stuffs because I've had so many stories in my brain the last few weeks that I've just been like, where are we gonna go with this? Okay. So before we get started, this is a Duggar update, but it's not the Duggars that we talked about this morning. It's Jessa and James. Okay, this is Katie Joy. I'm joyfully unavailable. In the wise words of Michelle Duggar. All right, so before we do get started, please do me a favor and give this video a thumbs up. Also, down here, if you like this content, subscribe. And if you want to be notified when I go live or when new content loads, make sure you turn those notifications on. Okay, so there's been a lot of speculation, and I actually did a video about this last week because there was a lot of questions about Jessa Seewald, Jessa Duggar, and people were watching a video of her with getting a bike for her son, and people are like constantly looking at her, expecting her to be pregnant again. We know the Duggars have a lot of children, and they also don't all use methods to prevent. And so because of that, there's always this suspicion that once a child maybe weans, because Ivy is 1 year old now, that she would be ready to have number 4. So she has had a lot of people the last several months really trolling her page to the point of any single movement she makes, they are looking at her to say, is she pregnant? Is she not pregnant? Is she not? A couple of times she has actually just been like, no, that's just Cheetos or whatever. I don't even know what she said. That was just Cheetos. No, I don't know. And she basically just said, no, like I'm not. I'm just eating a lot of food. Stuff it, right? Well, she shared a photo, and it was again after this last video with Henry that people are starting to be like, Jessa's pregnant again. And she shared a photo of her and Ivy on the couch with a very svelte tummy, which pretty much shuts down rumors that she might be having a 4th child. Now, she is not against having another child. In fact, she and Ben have openly talked about wanting to have a large family. But I liked the photo that she shared with Ivy. One, because the photo was super cute, and 2, it was almost like this subtle shade to people, or this subtle way she can stop this rumor that she's not pregnant. So the photo, super adorable. Ivy, super adorable. We have Ginger, who's literally about to pop any single day right now. She is getting ready to have her second child with her husband, Jeremy. And she and Jeremy are prepping. She is getting ready. She's any day, like literally, she'll be having her second child, baby girl, and she's ready, right? And you got Kendra that's gonna have another baby in February. We haven't had any other announcements though. So you're like, okay, everyone's waiting. Is it gonna be Anna? Is it gonna be Lauren again? Is it gonna be, who knows? They always surprise us and they always tell us. And I say, why don't you just like wait for them to tell us instead of speculating? But I did like the way that this was handled by Jessa, where she didn't actually have to respond, but instead this time was able to show a photo that says, not so fast, everybody. By the way, Jessa's children are gorgeous, but should we question that? Because she's kind of pretty. Okay, now on to some other news, because another Duggar has joined Instagram. Yes. Recently, Justin Duggar had joined Instagram, and he is now courting his friend Claire, or his girlfriend Claire. There's also Jason, who has an Instagram account, but he also has a business. And then you also have Jed, who is running for office, that has an Instagram, and so does Jeremiah. So immediately though, with James setting up his Instagram, everyone in Fundy Town is acting like James is suddenly courting. Now, there's been a lot of rumors about James, because people were linking him to Kendra's younger sister, Lauren, but Lauren is now engaged to a guy completely unrelated to the Duggars. But it hasn't stopped speculation that James now might be courting. I want to point out that there are plenty of Duggars that are not courting that have Instagram. So I don't think that having an Instagram is a necessary indication that courting is happening. I mean, for Justin it was, right? But Jana has had an Instagram for a very long time, and Jana is not courting anyone. Jason, like I said, has had an Instagram for a very long time. He is not courting anyone. Jedediah is not courting anyone, not that we know of, and same with Jeremiah. It could be that because these guys are all like professionals, they're all working, and Instagram is just a way now to communicate, that as some of them grow up, they have made the decision to set up an Instagram. I don't know if there's a specific rule for the boys as there is for the girls. The girls really were kept off social media, and I feel like there's been a completely different set of rules for the boys. Like, they don't have to be married in order to have a Instagram. They don't have to have living away from home to have an Instagram. James is, I think, 19 or 20 now. So why can't a 20-year-old join Instagram without it being immediately like, James is courting? Why is everyone assuming that James is going to be the next one to court? This is always what I'm wondering. Like, we had no idea that it was going to be Justin. He was so not on our radar. Like, so when they announced Justin's courtship with Claire, we were all just like shocked. Now, what about Jason? Why can't it be Jason? Or why couldn't it be Jed? Or why couldn't it be Jeremiah? Jeremiah and Jed are the oldest of them. They're almost 22. I think Jason's like 19 or 20. They're all like around the same age. They're not very far apart. There was like Jed and Jeremiah, and then I don't remember the exact order. So why is it that we've got James courting or thinking we're going to get him courted before the older two boys? Can anyone explain to me what this public obsession is with James courting over all these other boys? Is there something about James that makes us feel like he's going to court before them? James is super close to Jana, and he spends a lot of time with Jana. So maybe he just wants to be on Instagram to be around Jana. Maybe he wants to be able to follow his siblings and see what his siblings are up to when they're not on Instagram. James has also not posted any photos. So this is one suspect part of it. He started an Instagram and he hasn't posted a single photo. So is he just using Instagram to sort of creep the Instagram? Or is he getting set up to announce a courtship? I don't know. My brain is going with, I don't think this is a courtship, but I could be wrong. I've been wrong in the past. I've been right in the past. But again, the Justin thing took me for a loop. Like, I was stunned when they announced that it was Justin. The kid's only going to be 18 like this month, which means how many more days do you think it's going to be until Justin announces his engagement with Claire? Is his birthday like the middle of the month? It's got to be soon. I feel like he's going to announce his engagement this month. Do you think it'll be at like Christmas? Maybe it'll be at Thanksgiving. Do you think a Duggar wedding will be in the beginning of next year? I have so many questions. And who's going to be the next one that's pregnant? So many things left unanswered. And the boys don't seem as like quick to want to get married as the girls. A lot of the girls got married pretty young. Joy was like 19, and I think Lauren was 19. Jill was in her 20s, so was Jessa. So maybe they're just like enjoying being single. I don't know. Why is okay, so here's the loaded question. Why is James on Instagram? Is he courting, or is he just being like a 20-year-old kid and it's like, I'm just on Instagram? Tell me what your thoughts are in the comments below. Bye, guys.